are live coming to you from the dirty South, Winston-Salem, North Carolina. How you all, my beautiful people? Woo! Are you excited for tonight? I know I am. Not really. How's everyone doing tonight? I had to get me some water before I got started. Almost forgot about it. Playing some video games, talking to Mike a little bit on his way home. He will not be joining us. I did send an invite to the rest of the friends if anybody want to come on. Probably not just me. Don't know how long I'll be on. I hope everybody had a fantastic Thanksgiving. I didn't go home or anything. I ended up working, so I didn't get to see the family. That's got to be the new permanent intro. You know, I got to spice it up, Joe, every once in a while. How you doing tonight, brother? How was Canadian Thanksgiving? I know y'all have it. I just know it's not this week. Hi, what's up, Jeff? So, yeah, enjoying some football games. I got my apartment. It's not going to get any better than what it is. So be looking for that video coming up sometime. I got a new camera. It's a fancy one. I got it. Where is it at? I want to show it at least. And it's one of those, you know, you turn it on and it'll follow your face and all that stuff. But I got to figure out how to turn that part off to do a regular video. It does really, really well. Video. I got it to go to shows. Almost went to. I had two shows this weekend. I had here in Winston-Salem as WrestleCade every Thanksgiving weekend. My boss, my supervisor went. My big boss wanted to go. He wanted me to go. I just didn't feel like I knew if I went, I would spend money I didn't have or didn't want to spend. Joy that my alma mater squeaked one out Friday, clean old fashioned 8. Georgia, right? Yeah, what a crazy weekend of football fights up Clemson, South Carolina. At least they didn't fight. Michigan, Ohio State. Just, you know, young adults being young adults. You know, you get a lot of testosterone out there. The flag planting started before what's his face at Oklahoma. What's up, Paul? You know, I didn't really watch any of. I thought for sure Ohio State was going to clean Michigan off, and I don't like Ohio State so much. I didn't want to watch it. And then I saw the final before I went to bed, or no, because it came on at noon. I looked at the final after I ran around going to see what type of bargains were out there on Saturday, and had some fun shopping for myself. I'm pro fighting after the game. Yeah, policemen hit people with pepper spray. I mean, just a crazy, crazy time. You know, I understand both sides of it. Like I said, flag planting has been going on for a long time. Rocket Trick J, 18 sports cards. Okay, hello everybody. What is happening? So I kind of understand, like, should Michigan or anybody plant there? Because that wasn't only flag planting or Arizona. You know, it was different things all weekend. It's rivalry weekend. You have two rivalry weekends. It's usually the second week of the season and this last week of the season. And then next week, the gentlemen play the greatest heroes that we have, the Army Navy game, which is next weekend. You know, just to watch that is emotional in itself, especially the end where they sing and stuff. Thought Kirby Smart and Brent Kay showed the rest of college football how you're supposed to handle post game. Exactly. You know, if you want to, it's a lot of emotion in a football game, especially when it's that much of a rivalry. A lot is on the line now with these colleges. You are pumped up the whole season for this, especially if it means something. Uh, Next week is the division champ or the championship games or whatever. You have a lot going riding on that, and I meant to see. I hope they do some Bowman U cards from this weekend because there was a lot of good football from what I saw. Again, went out looking for some buys, stuff for the house, things like that. Ended up just buying some video games. I did buy some hockey cards. I saw SP Hockey from last year was out. I don't know what this version is, but it's out of 1,299 rookie authentics. These are not bad cards. Zach Benson, Vincent the Chernays, I think, in the blue. Stamkos. So I did get a Ovi. I was happy with that. Did get a goalie card rookie. I do like SP cards. I know it's not the flagship. I know I like ice too. I really like the ice cards. Something I never seen a player with grass stains on his pants planting a flag on an opposite opponent's logo. The uniform is always flawless. Yeah. I don't have much to say on that. I know today in NFL, I was watching Washington. If you haven't watched Washington this year, I don't know what part of the country you're in. I know Washington's not shown a lot. How is there not a strong? Well, for one, it's after the game. Two, it started probably a decade ago, especially in these rivalry weekends. Especially if you were talked down upon, you weren't supposed to win, you went on the other team's house. You won't see it again. This is going to be it. Battery's right. They will be fines, and you know what? Take away some NIL money. That shit will stop quick. The players have money now, so it's that type of stuff will stop very fast if they just start doing that. So we had that, and back to the Washington. That kid, that quarterback, he's the real deal. He made some plays today that were not rookie plays. Man, I hope Washington I'm not a Washington fan. I'm a Cowboys fan, but I like talent, and he is talented. He's smart. He makes good decisions. He needs to get a little bit more meat on his bones. His touchdown run was a little Barry Sanders-esque. His touchdown pass, one of them, scrambling to his left, looking downfield the whole time and sees his man in the end zone wide open. Just, I was impressed. I wish we Cowboys had a guy like that. Very impressive. Very impressive. I watched a little bit of the Bears. I don't see him doing the same things, but he's a big dude. And I think he's a great quarterback as well. But man, that guy from Washington is the real deal. And Washington has some parts around him. I just hope they keep growing and get a little bit better on defense. So that's about it for like real sports. I think next weekend is the hot stove winter meetings, whatever. So that's Soto has got to be close to signing, and I think once that happens, we got some big names, so that'll be exciting to see, especially for us collectors. Who are we going to be collecting, where they're collecting at. what dominoes are going to be falling, what teams, are going to be going where, players going to what teams, whatnot. Really, really excited about that. Dodgers got richer this week, getting a pitcher. So, but what I do want to talk, I do want to talk about being thankful in this hobby. But first, I want to be thankful for, as Carlos says, the content gods. They always give it. And so I want to share something with y'all that was shared in our group chat today. I tried to find the original chat to get on to share my feelings on this one because I thought it was really, really bad. So let's see here. Yeah, there we go. Let's see if I can't be there. So, yeah, this is sports cards nonsense. My 8-year-old son pulled this from a blaster and then asked who it was. I informed him he was a nobody. What's up with these retired nonsense player cards? Whew. So, yeah. Would he have, I don't know. I mean, yes, I'm a huge David Wright fan. So, yes, did it hit me differently than maybe some regular old Braves fan maybe that's in there in the chat? But this is far from a nobody. And if this person doesn't know who this is, shame on that person. And don't call yourself sports cards anything. I tried to find him, and all I found was a podcast. So I'm sure he has a kabillion followers. Uh, so he's probably the smartest man when he's talking, or person. I don't know if it's a man, woman, child. But watch the games. This is a perfect time. Like, if you don't know who it is, let's go. You have YouTube. You can watch videos. My God, you got the baseball almanac at your fingertips. Look at his stats. He was only on the Hall of Fame ballot last year, but he's a nobody. And I'm sure this is, Paul said his brain rot. I'm sure. I don't know. I couldn't get on his thing. I guess you got to follow him to react or whatever. He ought to just stop if this is as smart as he is. And it's sad state that I'm sure this person, like I said, I don't know how many followers he has on the Twitterx or the X twit, whatever. I don't know. I don't know if his podcast is on YouTube or not. I don't know. But this is, I know I don't know crap. I'm sitting here, but I know one thing. David Wright is far from a nobody. I don't care if he is a guy from Virginia that played on the Mets. Two of my favorite things, But yeah, I thought it was sad. At least talk shit that it's on a sticker, that whatever. But don't that's horrible, horrible. And if somebody, please let this person know. I don't know how, but he should just stop. Just stop, because that's really, really bad. Let me see how we'll stop sharing now. So I saw that, and I told you a couple of weeks ago, I'm going to start saying shit. I'm going to try to be nice about it. I don't know that guy. He might know what he's talking about, and as if he knows basketball, which kind of what it looked like he does, and doesn't know baseball. Okay, but it was a time to learn something. At least one player. If my nephew came up to me and goes, "Hey, Uncle Scott, who's this guy?" and it was a basketball player, and I had no clue, which probably most likely I don't. Let's look him up. Let's see who he is. Or soccer or anything. Lacrosse. My nephew loves lacrosse. It's a time to learn, and I hate when learning chances to learn are lost. That was a great chance to learn, and that's what first thing I'm thankful for is this hobby lets opens up doors to things like I might not even before really knew or care about, like WNBA. Um, Now I don't know a lot, but I'm starting to know more. I did pick up a few WNBA cards this weekend. Uh, because and also some other thing like enthusiasm for these sports and non-sports cards, like really non-sports cards. People are being enthusiastic hockey cards. They're how they collect. I mean, when you watch Battery and how he collects for the Braves, hey, 9 times out of 10 after I watch him, I start looking for some Mets cards or something that fits. I love the enthusiasm. What's up, Dom? I didn't see you drop in. This hobby is the best, man. Thankful for you and all the positive members of this community. Yeah, thank you, Dom. He should object to the card for a legitimate reason, like the fact he's a exact. Give me anything, Battery Carlisle. If he would have said, "Oh, he's just a Met," me and Mike were talking today, and Mike was like, "Is he a top 5 Met?" I don't know. I don't because of the '96 team. It's hard to say. Then you have Piazza and a couple of the other pitchers and players that played on that with him on that Subway series. Uh, I know if he had another, I wish he had another 3 strong seasons with his back not hurting. And then we'd be talking, I think, about a Hall of Famer. That would have gave him some of the numbers he would have needed. And I know 5 would have done it, but that back just done him in. 80 to 90% of SCN posts are either written to draw engagement, outright stupid, or so basic that it's just dumbassery, like 99% flippers, 1% collectors doesn't help. DW was the best Mets bat that played his entire career with the Mets. That I can agree because it hasn't been. I was thinking, when the '86 Mets, most of the guys on that team were not lifelong Mets. It's hard for me to say that Gary Carter is a top Met when he played so long with the Expos, and then I think he only played 91 was his last season. So what's that? 5 years, 6 years with the Mets. What's up, Bink? Gary, how you doing tonight? Yeah, because it's tough to think that way. I was sitting there thinking about the '69 Mets. With Seaver when he played other teams, stuff like that. But you got to think about what they did with the Mets. Right, we'll have his number retired for sure. I loved him. Wish he played a few more years. Yeah, Mookie. And the great '86 team. DW, one of the last XRCs. Yeah, that I wish my man Victor would do a one on David Wright and tell me what the true rookie card is, because I have all of them that is called a rookie. Yeah, I think he 69 wouldn't have happened without Seaver. I think so. Yeah, I'm with you on that. That puts us there at a different level of a Met for sure. Also, talking about this hobby is just what we're doing now. Is like, Eric and Gary and Mookie, and I love this Sunday night thing. I thought hard. I did not have a good. I had a good day up until one moment. You have somebody in your life sometimes just knows how to say the right thing to upset you. And I had that moment today, and I just did not feel like much after that. 2001 Upper Deck Prospect Premiere or 2002 Bowman. Right. Either or. I have both. So I didn't really, but now I'm doing it. I am uplifted 20 minutes in, and this has been already a great night. Just this is the biggest part, the part of the hobby that I didn't know existed, until about 6-7 years ago, and an outsider to becoming, part of a group. It's been awesome. And Eric says it a lot. I say it to anybody. Seaver Piazza, and that's it, Carlisle. Yeah. Yeah, I think that is it. But I feel like we it doesn't matter how we collect, who we collect. We collect cardboard pieces of paper with autographs on them, memorabilia. It just doesn't matter. I've gotten to now where I did quite a bit of my other hobbies this weekend with video games and DVDs and stuff. Found great prices on stuff like that. I did, like I said, I picked up some cards over the weekend. I think I used my 10% coupon on collectibles on eBay. Picked up some WNBA cards. Uh, you know, a little quiet on my selling front right now, which is, people are, holiday season. I completely understand. And like I said, I hope everybody had a great weekend, kicked it off well. Uh, I went to SCN's YouTube once and saw they have over 7K subscribers and struggle to get over 500 views per video. I see that quite a bit and always scratch my head on that. But, you know, to each his own, and how they get there is how they get there. And they might have had, one great video, and that's what did it for them. I know that happens a lot. Uh, but for me, you know, I like I like having what I have. I get 20 to 20, 25 guys on here and ladies on Sunday night. I don't get very many views on my. I get a lot of views on my Saturday chat, and then everybody screams, "You don't show cards!" And on Wednesday I show cards, and I don't get nearly as many views. I could show. I don't. You tell me how that works. I'm okay with it because I'm doing it for just as much me and my purposes as I am for anybody else. But that's it cracks me. The whole thing of people love drama and they know that I'm not scared to talk anymore. I think it's kind of coming to that. I think those accounts tend to be subs. I decorated my Christmas tree today, earliest I can recollect doing. Sometimes we have to do things like that just to feel better, get in the season, getting that spirit. I haven't done a tree in I don't know how long. Uh, it's just me, and I used to. Uh, I just after I moved out to Iowa, I just fell out of the. Before that, it's probably been almost 20 years since I've had a tree up. Uh, just don't I don't get in the spirit like I used to. I get more views from non-subscribers rather than subscribers, which baffles. Yeah, because the subscribers know what we got, Gary. That's uh yeah. So but back to the thankfulness. Like today, um, you know, during COVID, I talked about it. Man, if it wasn't even being outpriced on some of the stuff, I found other ways. It made hate views. There you go. It made me rethink about how I hobby. And now I feel like I'm in a much better place after COVID on how I hobby now instead of uh the way I used to do things, because not having the money to buy everything reevaluated how I buy. And man, did that really help me focus. And let me tell you, if you knew me before COVID, I was buying everything all the time. I was doing box openings and I had all kinds of stuff. And I mean, I don't know how many cards I had. Like I said, I'm getting rid of some and keeping some. Speaking of that, Garrett, our buddy Garrett, he drops in here every once in a while. Was on my show before the National decided uh, to sell his cards for family and to refocus, go in a different direction. And I hope he does what he wants to do. And please don't be influenced by, the outside. But, at least use it for sounding boards to talk to people or whatever. I know you got a great group, a circle that you talk to. Yeah, Barry. Well, he's not going till after probably mid-January. Be looking for maybe Wednesday. He said he might do a sale. He's got quite a bit of stuff, but he is. Yeah, I'm not saying we're not influenced. You take that influence and use it to make your judgment, right, Eric? I should have worded it better. But you know, I just don't. And like I was talking about last week, I'm almost envious. I'm almost envious that he's almost starting over because that journey, the journey of finding yourself, how you, in any way, anywhere that you do in life, but in his hobby especially, you get to now he's feeling and going to get to see and relearn what he wants in this hobby and what he wants to get out of it if he wants to do it at all. He might want to start collecting, who knows, pins. I don't know. But I hope he shares it with us because he's such a great personality, a great person in this community we have. I'm influenced. I am buying low grade, low eye appeal zigging while they zag. Yeah. I feel, and when I was watching it, I was just, understood, what he was saying. I only have to worry about me. I was telling my mom today, if I had hard times, I can eat ramen noodles. It's just me. I don't have anybody else to have to worry about. I don't know. I can empathize, with him and understand. And he didn't even need that money, which was good, which was awesome. I thought that was good. Now he's got money if he wants to start over or whatever, or put it away for a rainy day. Who knows what's coming in the future, right? So, but I was watching. I was a little envious because that journey, man. I talk about it, the journey, and I want to emphasize that again today. I don't want to take. When somebody goes on that journey, I want to help guide them, but I don't want to take it away from them, right? I don't want to, be there to, like, if they want to ask questions or whatnot. Speaking of which, in Walmart today, this is a conversation I heard. A gentleman picked up a box of Update Collector's Edition box with the cellophane and all the different packs in it, and said to the clerk, I bought 3 of these, and he put it back. He goes, I'm not buying another one. It's almost impossible to hit any top rookie. I just stood there and I was like, do I say now you're all sitting there going, what'd you say to him? Exactly, Gary. And I said, and I just stood there and I was looking for hockey, SP hockey, and WNBA. Neither was there. This Walmart usually doesn't have much. I think it goes out the back door, to be honest, but that's neither here nor there. So the guy then picks up the NBA Mosaic, I think, or Phoenix. I can't remember which, doesn't matter. But it was a this year's product. And he goes, do you know how hard it is to hit a Luka Doncic rookie card in this product right here, in this box? And he put it down. And I just turned around and walked away. I was almost so badly want to say, yeah, impossible, because he's not going to be in this year's product as a rookie. So we think that I'm sitting here thinking people know basics. No, they do not. They do not. I bet you there is a lot more like that than we think there is out there. So just keep that in mind. Exactly, Eric. So I'm sitting here, and I probably should have talked to him, but he felt a little abrasive. You get that feeling, right? I just kind of was like, and I just bought my toothbrush and whatever else I had and left. And I was just like, this is I was, Mike's always telling me we're the crazy ones. We're the weird ones. We're the ones that watch YouTube, watch how many videos of sports cards, buy sports cards, have rooms, have all this stuff, talk about it ad nauseum. And we feel like other people have some type of level of sense when it comes to this. And that brought me to a reality where I think there is an ignorance, which I mean, a lack of knowledge, not just being dumb. Um, and I have we have to remember that in this. But I think a lot of times is what where these guys end up having podcasts and telling me that David Wright's a nobody. This started with a rant about David Wright on SCN. At some point, I just laugh and try to educate the idiots on SCN, sometimes in a more polite manner than others. Yeah, I never want to piss. I mean, I don't care if I piss them off, but uh, it's no need to start up. It's baseball cards. It's people on dudes on cardboard. They're supposed to be having fun with it, and but still having knowledge. And I mean, that's how I started collecting cards as a little kid, to get more knowledge, to learn more about the players I love to watch. Uh, Man, when they started doing the TV shows, because me and my family, my school year nights were about what TV shows were on. I made sure my homework was done, and we made sure dinner and showers and baths were done so I could watch TV. Um, so that stuff is, yeah. Uh, that is, yeah. This week in baseball, for me, it was This Week in Baseball and Baseball Bunch came on back to back on Saturdays in the summertime. Um, that hour, I watched it all the time. And then me and my friends would go out and do the baseball prep, whatever a baseball bunch did. We went out and did the same thing in my backyard. Um, so I loved that. And then in the school year, it was more of the wild world of sports or whatever. Searching the globe, that type of thing. And but getting back, I mean, is anybody else like want to throw something out that is out of the ordinary, like thankful for this hobby? I know for me, going to shows, knowing people at shows, I know it opened me up more. Like I'm more open to talking to people at shows, to get vibes at shows, where I was a little bit more I just stayed to myself a lot. And but now I feel like a news reporter, like I want information. So I end up asking more questions now about the show, especially when it comes to card shops. I started talking to the card shop owners and stuff, and after doing this in a much different way. Um, and I call doing YouTube part of my hobby. I'm not making any money. This is a hobby for me. Coming on here, chit chatting, forgetting about the real world for a little bit. Just having um, a good time talking about something I love to do, and that's collecting sports cards or collecting, what I love, Star Wars. Uh, just love it. And it's like I said, this hobby has probably saved my life during COVID. It probably kept me out of trouble as a kid. Uh, it kept me, um, uh, like I said, it kept me interested in sports. Uh, After high school, I was kind of lost a little bit. But I had cards. It was tough for me to watch Uh, yeah, music. I gave away a lot of my DVDs, but yeah, you love your albums. At car shows, it's so easy to start a conversation with people you never met. It is, Zach. After I played at a very decent level. Had a chance to play college. Didn't work out. Um, so it was hard for me to watch baseball because I missed it so much. And then I started coaching, and that really helped. Coach for a few years, and I kept collecting, picking up cards. Watching a game here and there with my best friends. Uh, you know, at night we might be in the pool or whatever, but the game would be on. But it was tough for me to watch and really keep track of a lot going on there in the early 90s. Then when the Braves got really good, I got past 21. I kind of realized, this is it. Real world. I'm working. It's not in the cards. So to the real world I went. And you know, cards were part of it. And me and Eric talked about it. I could not. So in the 90s, I talk about this a lot. I did not collect a lot. I picked up packs here and there. All the place I could buy a packs was at my local 7-Eleven. Uh, and, um, I didn't even put them in boxes at that time. I kept my cards. I had my first house with my friends. I just put them in on a shelf in my closet. So when I moved, I had a whole, shelf full of stacks of cards. And then I didn't move back. They stayed there. I moved to another town up by Virginia Tech in Blacksburg. I couldn't even find cards there in that town. So that was a whole year. I didn't even have cards at all. Um, but, uh, I was really disconnected then. And then when I came home, I had a bunch of cards. When I finally moved back to my grandma's, she needed some help. So I moved back there and had a whole bunch of cards to go through and kind of started my adventure again slowly. And then in the mid 2000 odds late, I started having more income. And then when I got in the pharmaceutical field, that's when it really blew up for me, and where I could do more and have more fun. Not more fun, just do different things. And I try to go back to the way of 80s. Thank goodness I found YouTube and found y'all and found people that taught me the way of a new way of collecting. Where not necessarily collecting everything, you just couldn't do it. I'm a legal drug dealer now. But anyway, the you know, I so much appreciation. And then when it comes to I have card friends, right? But I know I have friends too because of this hobby that are more than card friends. They're real friends. I have a whole group. We talk every day. I know I can call Eric and we can talk more about outside. We talked outside hobby after he was on my show a couple of weeks ago because we have a couple of things that are very relatable. That we always talk about when we see each other, and we do talk to each other. I haven't talked to Mr. Fisher, Bike, and some of those guys from Florida, but they're in my Rolodex. I know I can text Don. Don can text me when he comes down to visit his boy at High Point. You know, I know I have, because of this hobby, I made friends to add to my friends that I've had since I was a little kid to my Rolodex and as true friends. And that you can't replace that. You could choose your friend. You can't choose your family, but you could choose your friends type of deal. I can even put Carlos and Eric in that, I believe. Carlos is going to say he has no friends, but what's up, Stu? I forbid him to say that. I know Eric's his friend, so I know Bobbles, Brandon is his friend. And I'm trying. uh, but I feel like me and Mike, just started out as me buying cards from him on one of his sales to starting to do PSA and then calling him up the night that I felt like I got ripped off from Tops, and me and him talked through it, and he told me what to do. And then from then on, it's been great. Then Ed, David and Mike and Hitman, the other Mike, man, I get to learn the old school YouTube. Then Brad, get to learn from him, and every once in a while, me and Amish Dave will say something on what is it, the on the what's the Instagrams. I concede this guy. Eric is an excellent fall guy. Yeah. Nice to see you here, Carlos. Nice to see you, brother. So yeah, I have a lot to be thankful for in this hobby. I feel like, what's up, Orlando? It's an official event now. Orlando is here. I feel like we all probably could echo these same sentiments for the most part, especially when it comes to friends and the cards and being there for us. There's nothing unusual about that. When you go to a card show, you're around people you might not know personally, but we all there for the same reasons. What's up, James? And it doesn't matter what you're collecting at a card show. It doesn't matter if it's a Pokemon or an old dead guy on a baseball card. We're all collectors, and we all speak the same lingo, and that's what's awesome. When you go to a national now, it's all kinds of cards. When I go to most of the card shows around here are a mixture of toys and cards and TCG. It doesn't matter. It's the same lingo. You're there. You're all collectors. You're passionate about what you're collecting, or you wouldn't be there. And that's what I'm about, man. I talk about all the time. I don't care what it is. Just be passionate about it. If you're not, what's up, Hodges? Snuck in. The passion, and I believe most people that come to my channel that's over here in this chat are passionate, or they wouldn't spend Sunday night with me, right? Or spend Sunday night with each other, talking with each other, because my chat is awesome. I must say, I really, that's what keeps bringing me back on Sunday night. I gotta say, brings a smile. When I started doing these lives, and I found out how easy it was for me to interact with the chat. 'Cause I've heard where people have problems interacting with chat, and if they got somebody else, I feel like, Are you talking? What trip are you talking about? Are you talking to me? Because yeah, we're supposed to be having snow here tonight. It's my first snowfall in North Carolina. All for Stuke. Just took my TC hat off for the night. Okay. Oh, for the Twins. Yeah, I picked it up today and just haven't worn it in a while. I hope they make some moves in this off season. They have to. That division is going to be really good this year. It's going to be a very American League Central. It's going to be a very good division. Zach Pierce, unless of course you mean the true meaning of friendship, all this evidence while I run. Yeah. But I think I'm going to end it there. I'm going to make it shorter tonight. I'm tired. It's been a long week. Even though I didn't work this weekend, it feels like I've run 100 miles, and I don't know. I'm glad I'm not in retail anymore. From what I understand, it was a crazy weekend in retail for my friends and also to the stores I went to. So that's very, very good. Hopefully some of that will turn into hobby money for rest of us. Uh, and, just keep enjoying what you're doing. Uh, you know, and just, collect what you love what you collect. And, I know all of us have to sell at some point. And, if we have questions, lean on each other. That was the most important thing I got from Garrett is when he had to make a decision, he had his group to lean on. And, y'all all know you can contact me, my about page, my email, my Instagram, my Facebook is all there. So there you have it. You can reach me at any time. And love to chat if you want. If you need any help with anything, or if I need help, I will reach out. Also, hit the like and praise the content. I told you, I don't know if you saw the beginning of this, but I did praise the content gods on this one, Carlos. I think I'm going to do that too. So if you do see something stupid on the Twix, send it to me, and it might make my show. I won't announce who sent it to me, but we'll have a good laugh. If it's me, we'll doubly have a laugh. And if it's Eric, I might send money to you. But anyway, if it's on Instagram and it's Eric, I might send money to you. Colorado Sports Dude, I understand. You also, I think, an hour behind me, 2 hours. So no problem. Hopefully in once we get past the holidays, I might even start, bringing Carlos or Brandon or Eric over to have somebody if they're not doing that on a Sunday night. Because my boy Mike is really, really busy right now. This is his busy time of year. And it's hard for him to get a breath. So it's just me. So until next time, like, share, tell a friend, hit that like button if you don't mind. Follow Hodges' lead. And if you're watching this later, please, leave a comment, just say hi, whatever, or tell me, hey, get better, just be better, whatever. So, and subscribe if you haven't, and let me know, how you're doing out there. Till next time, see ya.